Such beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you. I
Oh
washed
my
it.
God. How am I supposed to do a reading without such beautiful hair? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
It's so nice. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Fix this a bit. So Gia, I didn't receive anything from you regarding recording this reading. So are you okay with me recording this reading?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, and I'll make sure that I get you a copy. So I'll send you a link to this so that you can listen to it and watch it whenever you need to. And this way you don't have to take notes. It's a lot easier for you to just receive the information.
Yeah.
So Gia, you'll have to forgive me, but I don't believe I've read for you before, have I?
No, this is my first time working with you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So did you have a chance to review this session prep video?
I did, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you know about the 10-minute rule, and then you understand how the spirit world speaks to me. So the only thing that I need to know from you is, do you want to know everything, or do you want me to edit information out?
I'll know everything. That's fine.
Okay. Wonderful, you got it. So let's go ahead and let me get into your energy here. Do me a favor and put both of your hands on your heart. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? And then after that last breath that you take there, go ahead and say your first name only. Say it out loud 3 times, please.
Gia. Gia. Gia.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gia. Okay. That's just my cockatoo screaming in the background. It's not a 3-year-old trapped in a bedroom, although sometimes he acts like it, but
No worries.
Gia, how can I help you?
It's been a while since I've kind of done a reading with someone like this, and I've done a few of them, but I think my journey's been one of those kind of things where it's like I've kind of surrendered to it, and I'm open to a lot, and I feel like I've just transitioned into a new phase, and I'm not really sure how to navigate those waters, so I'm hoping for some possible clarity, or just maybe a nudge in one direction versus no nudge at all. Yes. So yeah.
Do you have a specific direction you want me to go into? Do you have specific questions you want me to look into, or do you want just a general and then you can just ask questions as they come up?
I think a general would be great. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that, and then just go ahead and stop me whenever you want me to look further, deeper into something. Okay. Or if a certain topic comes up or whatnot. So let's see what's in store for Miss Gia here. Okay, so what they're saying right now, and what I'm getting and what the cards are saying, is that you're in a very cerebral place right now. What cerebral means very thinky. So there's a lot that's going on in your head. I feel like you're in a place where you're just kind of like, it feels like there's not enough action happening. So you're like, I need action to happen. And the fact that action is not happening, that's stressing you out and getting you further into your head, more cerebral. You understand that? So it's almost like this vicious cycle of like, nothing's happening, but I think something needs to be happening. And because nothing is happening, and because I think something needs to be happening and it's not happening, it's just, what the hell is happening?
That's kind of exactly how I feel.
It's a loop. You're in a loop. You're in a feedback loop of what the fuckness.
And that's why I kind of am reaching out to figure out like which way, because I feel like there's so many ways I can go, like what would be kind of the right choice right now. And you know, in my experience, it's kind of like what you're picking up right now, it's ever changing. So it's like I do one thing, and then, you know, a couple months, couple weeks, couple years later, it's like a whole different thing.
And that's exactly what's happening to a lot of people right now.
Right.
So right now, what you can do is stop, which is not something you want to do. It's counterintuitive to who you are. So in other words, this rest that you're being given of nothingness happening, you're not surrendering into it, actually.
Interesting.
Because that's when the answers would start to appear. The reason why I know this is, one, I feel it, but two, I even heard you like in confirm what I was saying. Like when there's nothing happening, there's a thought that something should happen. That thought is the resistance. You understand that? So that's not the surrender. So you're actually not surrendering. I'm sorry to break you the bad news.
No, it's always like, it's like, I'm fine. And it's like,
but that's not surrender. Now think of it this way, because I feel like for you, and I feel the same way, by the way, there's a feeling of defeat in surrender. So for you, let's play a little mind game. It's not defeat and it's not surrender. It's make peace with. How does that feel in your body when I say that? Making peace with.
I think it's interesting. I've definitely, I used to live in New York. Now I live in LA. And obviously the New York mentality and like spending a lot of my formative years there, it's that hustle. And when I've moved out here for about a year now, and I've really learned to slow down, which I kind of started that process back in New York before I left, but like to kind of take a whole entirely new pace. And also with the pandemic, everyone's had to kind of
like in LA, I'm in LA. It's like extra slow right now. It's like every fucking Angelino's like, what the fuck? Right? And so you're in that energy. You're in that energy, and that's the collective LA energy right now. And you're in your own energy of I need to slow down. So the thing is that the surrender isn't actually happening because you're not making peace with the fact that there is surrender. So it's an acceptance.
Okay.
That's the resistance. That's where you're stuck, because you think you need to be somewhere else, doing something else, and you're not.
Right.
Or what I should say is you can't get there because of that resistance of thinking I should be somewhere.
Right. I feel like I've done a lot of letting go and the thinking of where I should be and what I should be doing. And I've been trying to kind of buckle down and be more present. But I've definitely felt a lot of like kind of that turbulence within and like
so
trying to quiet down.
You have done really good with that. Okay. But you haven't gone far enough, because if you have, your body wouldn't feel that turbulence.
Got it. Okay.
So your body is the indicator of what's actually going on. Because the thing is you have made huge improvements. But I want to be careful how I say this, because it's not that you haven't made the right kind of improvements. It's just that they're not complete to get you to the next step.
Okay.
So there's a state of grace that's missing.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
This is like from an energetic perspective, because you can feel it in your body. Our bodies are the tools through which we move energy.
Yeah, I'm definitely still like processing things and taking things at a slower pace. And I know I'm not where I want to be with it, but it's like I was going to spend this month kind of bunkering down, actually. And so it's funny that you mentioned that, kind of, really accepting that stillness. And it's been kind of hard. We're like 5 days into February and I'm like,
well, Gia, it's not something you're used to. That's why I keep saying it's counterintuitive.
Right.
You're come on, let's go. I want to see results. What's new? I've got places to go, people to do, things to see, and it's like, so instead of just going like, okay, I am where I am, and where I am is okay. And in this now moment, there's nothing for me to do. So in this now moment, because there's nothing to do, I'll watch some Netflix. But only because there's nothing to do in this now moment. Where if there was something for you to do in this now moment, you would do it. You understand that?
Right. Okay.
So it's a matter of you breaking down now moment by now moment by now moment. That's how you're really in the present. Because I still feel like you're time traveling. I should be doing this. I need to be doing that, which is all in the future, which hasn't happened yet. You don't have those tools yet to be in the future, which is why you can't move to the future, because you're not in the present, because of all those shoulds. You're shitting on yourself. You're shitting on yourself.
Yeah, okay.
So when you're asking me, well, what can I do? What's the guidance? I'm going to tell you, and I agree with you 1,000%, because I'm very similar to you. Oh, I apologize. Let me turn that down. It's hard to just, first of all, be in the honest, true now moment, and then to sit still in it.
Right.
And just to be like, okay, my body wants to be moving. My body wants to be doing this. My body wants to be doing that. But there's nothing for me to like actually do.
Right. I think just because I'm such on a transition with like career, and then also moving, and then like other random person in my life, I feel like I just need some sort of like, okay, we will eventually focus on this, and that's not happening right now, so that's okay. But I don't even know what that eventually focusing on like thing is.
Welcome to being in uncertainty. You're being rebooted. You're doing exactly what you need to be. You're at the right place where you need to be. What's happening is that you're sort of observing and witnessing yourself from an outside perspective.
Okay.
But the thing is that this outside perspective doesn't know which direction to go in yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. What you're asking for can't be given to you in a half-hour, session. This is one of these things that it's like, that's why I have it's not a 12-step program, but a 12-session program where we go into this and we reveal all the deep spots, and we get into, and you come up with your gifts, your life purpose, you work on all of that stuff. But when you ask me, what am I supposed to do right now? I mean, you're getting the rest. You're supposed to be resting. Part of that process of resting is getting out of your head and just accepting this is where I am. Because what happens is, for you, when you get to rest and you are just like, I am where I am, and where I am is okay. I'm okay. I'm safe right now, even though I don't know the outcomes and the results of where I am, or where I'm going. Excuse me. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what that's going to look like. What is it going to feel like, taste like, smell like, all of these things. So as soon as you go, okay, you know what? I don't know what to do next, but I'm just going to sit here in this now moment and go, there's nothing for me to do until something is revealed to me. Then I know what to do. I'm going to give you an example on a very small scale. You're sitting here and you're like, okay, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm going to turn on some Netflix, because right now I don't have a paper to write. I don't have bills to pay, whatever. And you're watching Netflix, right? So you get out of your head and now you're watching Netflix. And then all of a sudden there's an inspiration in you and you're like, oh man, I should probably go do some laundry. So you get up after the Netflix show, right? You had that inspiration. I have to do laundry. But you didn't know that you needed to do laundry until you got out of your head. Then it was revealed to you that you needed to do laundry. So now you can go ahead and do laundry.
Okay.
That's that's small materialistic scale, but that's the way it works. You had to get out of your head. What should I do next? I don't know where to go next. I know I need to do something, but I don't know what to do. Is there anything that I need to do right now? Is there anything? No, I don't have to be anywhere. I don't have to make any phone calls. I don't have to, pay a bill right now. Well, what the fuck should I do? Oh, well, there's Netflix. Okay, I'm going to watch Netflix. You sit, you watch Netflix, you're eating your popcorn, whatever. I'm being dramatic. And then all of a sudden you're so focused in the storyline that you're out of your head, and then comes in, you better do laundry, whether it's a thought, a feeling, whatever. And then you're like, okay. Oh yeah, I have a meeting next week. I got to make sure I've got socks. Let me do laundry. But you couldn't get to that place till you got out of your head.
I feel like I had a very similar moment, but in terms of like a career choice,
Yeah.
that happened a week and a half ago. So
Okay.
maybe that's kind of more in line.
You had a bite. You had a hit.
Right.
That is a revelation. That's a revealing of a next step. So what came up for you?
It was kind of an app idea.
Okay, wait. Can we stop for just a moment?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with my life. What do I do? God, I don't know. I know I need to do something. I need money. I got bills to pay. God, if I'm not working, I'm not worthy. Oh my God, I'll never find a boyfriend. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, fuck this. I can't deal with this right now. I'm going to watch some TV. Oh, wait. Isn't there an app that can do A, B, and C? Huh, that's interesting.
That kind of, yeah. I mean, I came out to LA like it's a tale as old as time, but to try to be an actor. And right now with like the pandemic and everything,
Yeah.
There's no point in stressing. And I'm not about to throw myself into an industry where it's like already it's a lot. And I came out to LA for that, and I barely hit the ground running. And when I did, almost gear up to like put my foot on the ground, it's like everything came to a halt. So, I've just been acclimating and adjusting. And yeah, I was on the phone with my friend one night.
Perfect. I'm just going to stop you. I'm going to be totally rude and cut you off and stop you. You said something so beautiful. I'm adapting.
Mm-hmm. Try my best. It's all I've learned to try to do the past couple of years. So
but that's all you can do. It's in that process,
right,
that you accept.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the way. You're just not fully there.
Yeah, I do have that feeling too. I feel like this isn't like where I'm supposed to, like I am where I'm supposed to be, but in like my, not to say higher self, but the bigger, thing in my life isn't this, for so many reasons, obviously also pandemic related, but, and, I think we all feel that thing of like, we're meant for more.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like when you have such a big feeling that weighs on you, like, or not you, but me, weighs on me like that. It's like, well, what is it? Because it's like, I'm testing, like maybe this, acting, or maybe it's real estate, or maybe it's, I don't know, like, I know I don't want to do corporate and like all these different things.
You're trying too hard.
I think there are moments, and then I have moments where I've totally surrendered and I've just existed. And then it's hard because society kind of tells you that you are defined by what you do. And I know that's not the case. Yeah. And it's like, well, how do I go against the grain? Or like, I'm comfortable going against the grain. But then when I meet people and I talk about, they're like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just chilling.
Yeah. So there are times you're in your authenticity. Mm-hmm. And there are times that you're not in your authenticity. Mm-hmm. So being aware of when you're not in authenticity are the times where you need to surrender. Mm-hmm. So this is a matter of you coming online more often. When I mean online, I'm talking about to your higher self, because you're right. Your higher self knows exactly what to do. But when you don't surrender to that, you're resisting it. So those next steps can't be revealed. You had a revelation, an app. Beautiful.
Possibly, so now yes.
Right. Look, all we can do is like go, follow the bread. I call them the breadcrumbs of the soul. That's all you're doing is following the breadcrumbs. But you can't have a trail to follow until there is that surrender. And it's not defeat, because you don't have to give up acting.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Because what happens is you're oring life instead of anding, and anding is the key. You can't be an actor or do this app or whatever else will be revealed to you. You can do acting and this and that. You can do everything as long as you're following the breadcrumbs. But the breadcrumbs cannot be revealed. Mm-hmm. You will not know what step to take until you relax into the acceptance that I may not know what this app is right now or what to do. I'm giving an example. what to do with this app, but it was revealed. So I'm going to trust that. So I'm just going to sit with that and just go, okay, cool. I've got this app. Now I'm going to say, well, what's my next step? And you have to get out of your head to hear, feel, or use any of your senses. Some people smell, taste, whatever, what the next step in creating that app is. Do you understand?
Right.
You so much being I should be doing this, I have to be doing this, it's anxiety, and you cannot access your intuition. You cannot access those breadcrumbs until you lean into the acceptance that in this now moment, I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do. So I'm just going to let it be revealed to me. But you have to be authentic with it. And that's where you're out of alignment.
Right. Okay.
But not to say you're always like that, because you have your moments, but it's coming online more and being more aware that you're doing that in that moment. Once again, it's bringing you back into the now moment. And every moment is a now moment. Even something that happened to you in the past was a now moment. Do you understand that? If you understand that, you will really, truly understand what a now moment is. When you had your first kiss, that was a now moment. It was a now moment in the past, but it was a now moment.
Okay.
So guess what? Just in this conversation, we've probably had 1,000 now moments. And we're going to have maybe another 1,000 now moments till the end. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everything is a now moment. So in this now moment, wait, hold on. Here comes another one. Wait, here's another one. Oh, look, here's another one. When you understand that, and you can, in this now moment, just get out of your head. Sometimes it takes a few now moments to get to that place. But just really understanding that now moment by now moment by now moment, when you lean into that, information can be revealed to you. And it can come from various areas. But if you're so worried about future now moments, you can't have a now moment.
Of course, yes.
But you have plenty of past now moments. You understand this concept? This is time travel.
I do, yes.
This is consciousness expansion, consciousness awareness. This is reality creation. This is you living in different dimensions. When you understand this process and you go back to it all the time and you practice it over and over and over again. Because Gia, I'm so glad this is being recorded, because you're going to forget all of this as soon as this is done. And then you'll go back and you'll understand it. And then you'll lose it again, and then you'll get it.
Definitely.
And you'll keep practicing it until it clicks, and it will click. I promise you it'll click.
Yeah.
In that moment of clickage, you're going to feel like you have so much control over your life that you will no longer be life's bitch.
Good to know. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's kind of it. It just feels like
you're so on the right path. It doesn't feel that way now because you haven't been really, truly, honestly, authentically aware of who you are in this now moment. But as soon as you start giving into that, leaning into that, the revelations are going to happen. They're going to be tiny, tiny. They're not going to be huge, because it's a bunch of tiny ones that will lead to the big one.
Yeah. I just wonder also too, on a kind of different note, how much stuff that I'm carrying from my parents, because both my parents have passed. So I feel like there's been a lot of processing, not just from my own life, but also kind of ancestral. So it's been frustrating kind of figuring out whose shit's whose. I mean, obviously it's all mine at the end of the day, but
no, it's not all yours. But you're here to break it.
Yeah, because there's certain patterns that I see, and it's even some of my relationships, it's am I falling into the same patterns as my parents, or is that not to say like mommy and daddy issues. Of course, there's an extent where like, but it's like, is that literally my choosing, or is that just because of like, you know what I mean?
So God, you're bringing up something so fantastic, so fantastic. So what it is it was a teaching you were taught. So yeah, so basically you were taught in this human lifetime by the two people, or your caregivers, we can call it, because I had 3 caregivers, both of my parents and my grandmother on my father's side. So I had 3. Some people live with big families and there's several caregivers. Some people only have 1. Some people have none, but you know what I'm saying.
But, yeah.
So what happens is they rear their children, they rear their whatever based on what their experience was, which was based on what the previous experience, previous. So that's why it is absolutely ancestral. Not only in this physical lifetime, but previous lifetimes, because energy travels. It's all energy. But you were taught these things. As soon as you learn where these things came from and how to break the energetic attachment to them, it then becomes a choice for you in terms of how you're going to move forward, how you're going to change, and what you're going to do.
Right, because I'm recognizing certain patterns or people that I might attract, and it's not even on a conscious level. It's like, my friends are always joking, oh, you attract a certain time. I'm like, I literally don't know until like we're X amount of months in, and I'm like, oh, here we are, So it's like,
welcome to energy.
Yeah, it's not like I'm in. So it's like, how do you even like tackle something like that, where it's like I'm clearly like aware of certain habits or issues or tendencies. And I'm not, and I feel very different from my parents in so many ways.
And you are. You are.
Yeah.
And you're here. You are here to be different than them.
Right. But it's like.
But you have to change it. You're the one that has to do it. You do it through actions. That's how you do it. Because actions are what break energetic attachments. You might have heard them. Maybe they're called cords. I call them attachments. It doesn't matter. Energetic attachments. You have to break them through actions. What those particular specific actions are very unique to each person. Right. So that's why energy work has to be done. There has to be even some light work that needs to be done, and a lot of earth work, shadow work that needs to be done. Yeah. And again, it's something that can't be done in a psychic reading. That's one of the biggest, frustrations people have after they get a psychic reading. They have all this really great information, but it's like, so now what do I do? So that's one of the things, shameless plug here, but that's what I do. I work with people to break those energetic attachments, to let go of the past so that they can create a reality that's new and different. They're literally, you would be creating a new identity, a new you. You break those attachments, but it can only be done through action, not sitting and talking about it. Because if you sit and talk about it, you just dwell in those frequencies. You have to do things, but they have to be, again, revealed to you personally. And then they also have to be discovered through various processes. So it's an ongoing thing. And Gia, you'll never be done with it in this lifetime.
No, never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely know that.
So, if you can find some compassion for yourself, and just go, I'm doing the best that I can with what I can do, then that's where you're at. Again, that does take a certain acceptance, and it takes a certain leaning into how it all is going to go. And it takes you accessing your intuition, because you have one. You have that awareness, and you have that knowledge that I know this is, through generations, this is how it was. And I know that I'm doing these patterns. right? So you have to like clean out this shit from the way you are, and then put in new shit for the way that you want to be. Let's make it like super simple like that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that's how that works. But I'm telling you, if you can, for now, just sit in the acceptance and make peace with the fact that you don't know what to do next. It starts to come to you, but you have to authentically do it. And you can't use Netflix as a way to avoid. You use Netflix as a way to get out of your head because you're very cerebral.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
okay, so
I'm not saying Netflix. It could be drawing. It could be whatever it is. It was just giving metaphorically. It's. But they're saying you're at the right place. Like you're in a PowerPoint of your life to do this. It's just that you need clarity, and you can get the clarity, but you need to be guided to the clarity, right? So the guidance either comes from yourself, completely and totally surrendering, or from somebody who can help facilitate that guidance. But either way, it's through your intuition.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just good to know that, like, you know, you have, at least for me, like I have all these strong kind of pulls where I'll wake up and I'll just like be overwhelmed by certain feelings, and I'm just like, I don't, like, what's going on? What are you trying to tell me, universe? Like, I just,
but the more, and the more you ask them like that, like which way, the more you're actually not truly listening to them, where they can guide you.
Yeah, and that's where
you're still results oriented. You're not making peace. You're not accepting.
Okay, I guess then I'll focus on the present and stillness in a way, I guess.
All you have to keep doing is going, what's going on right now? Do I have to do anything right now in this now moment? Do I have to do anything? No. So I'm going to be right now until I know there's something I have to do. Well, I got to do laundry. Well, I got to go fill up the car with gas. Well, I have to go take the dog for a walk. Well, oh, there's an app. Okay. Well, what's my app going to be about? Maybe you already got that. Okay. Well, what's my next step? But you ask the question, what's my next step? And then you calm the fuck down so you can receive it. And that's where your discrepancy is you're not calming the fuck down enough to receive it. So you're not receiving the information because you're not giving yourself a chance. You've made improvements. So I don't want, again, I don't want to like, but so unfortunately that's the only time, like I said, this is deep stuff. You're a human being, you're a spiritual essence having a human experience, but you have to also deal with the humanity part of this. And that's the part that totally sucks ass. And then that human aspect is made from energy, and it's like, well, what do I do? How do I shift this energy? What do I?
Got it.
So it's not easy being human.
No,
not at all.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but you can totally do this, Gia. The fact that you're even in this place and that you care, let's just say that you even care enough, is already like 50% of what needs to be done. So just be fully and truly, completely, authentically aware of every now moment. Surrender into it. And when I mean surrender, I don't mean be defeated by it.
Right. To come more from a place of empowerment than
exactly. Show me instead of, well, fuck me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yes. All right, my dear. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
I'll email this to you, to the email that you booked this at. So I'm going to send you a link and then you'll be able to grab it from there. Okay. So watch this again. You might have to see it a couple times to really understand the whole time traveling aspect, so that you understand how this information gets revealed to you. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you. It's so great working with you.
Same here. And enjoy your beautiful hair.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.